What's going on, fellow gamblers? Welcome back to Straight Betting. Welcome back to the channel. Gonna start off the video, guys. We finally had a positive day on a day that I did like the giveaway. So Twizzy, you are the winner. Twizzy, make sure to DM me on X at TyvanSB and I will get you your 25 bucks. That being said, guys, we are doing this giveaway again. So as always, make sure to drop a like, sub the channel, comment to be entered to win 25 if we do indeed have a positive day. That being said, I got 3 plays for today. Let's quick into the recap of yesterday and then we'll give out the picks. Okay, guys, so a very mediocre winning day. Start off with the winners, LaMelo over 7.5 assists. Honestly, guys, I watched pretty much all of that game. He only had 8 assists, but he had a shit ton of potentials, and I feel pretty good about that one. Another winner was Laurie over 26.5 points, guys. And oh my goodness, he shot 2 for 13 from deep, right? And then for whatever reason, the Kings were fouling at the end of the game and they gave him some free throws. But I mean, that one was going to lose and it was going to be a negative day. But that was a good read, man. I mean, he shot 2 for 13 and still went over. Like you gotta think that's pretty good. Anthony Davis over 2.5 assists. To be honest, did not watch a lick of that game, but saw that he didn't score much. Saw that he had 5 assists. So I feel pretty good about that one. And then Giannis over 9.5 rebounds. I gave that one out on stream. That one was pretty free. I think he went over at halftime, which felt good. The losers, Kalkbrenner over 15.5 PR. Honestly, guys, like, I don't know. He played like 28 minutes against the Bulls. You think that you're usually going to go over. I'm not too mad about that read, even though it wasn't particularly close. Then what was another one? It was John Collins over 1.5 threes. Honestly, guys, he shot over 4. That one was like plus 175. So I'm really not too mad about that either. And then Ben Mathurin over 32.5 PRA. Probably the one I'm not very happy with. Don't think that was a very good read. Okay, guys, first official play I am going to go with is Ivica Zubac over 27.5 points and rebounds. So look, I think that 16.5 points is actually better than the 28.5 points and rebounds that it's at currently. That's what I would go with. So I'm going to show you guys the points, right? So look, guys, this is over his last 16 games with, Kawhi and Harden against teams that rank in the bottom half of the league in points in the paint allowed. Obviously, guys, Zubac, that's going to be very important. Here's the Mavericks matchup, right? So if we look at Props Madness here, go to opposing defense, as you can see, really good at defending the three-point line, really poor from inside the painted area. As you can see here on the right, a new update to Props Madness, by the way. It shows like season shot analyst. Is he doing catch and shoots? Is he doing pull-up jumpers? Is he doing less than 10 feet stuff? Obviously, guys, it's Ivica Zubac. But what's cool about this is you can see on the year here, the Mavs overall just like allow the 6th most points from inside 10 feet as well. And if you hover over here, points in the paint, they are 3rd worst. I think they're also fouling a little bit too. Yeah, they're fouling a little bit over average too. So yeah, look, guys, I think that this is a pretty good spot. And here's the thing with Kawhi too, right? Like, yes, Kawhi's playing, right? But it's a back-to-back. He's been on a minute restriction. I don't know how much he's going to play. And who knows, maybe he gets like late scratch or something like that too. I think that's definitely in the range of outcomes. But the rebounding aspect of this too, guys, is like if you just go to like Dallas, they're just not a good rebounding team. Especially like Davis isn't going to play. You can go over here. Dallas allows the 3rd most rebounds on the year, right? A lot of offensive rebounds too. It's not a good rebounding team, man. They're not going to have Lively. They're not going to have Davis. It's going to be Gafford, and who even knows how much he's going to play, right? And he's like really their only center that is going to be active here. So yeah, I think this is a pretty good spot for Zubac here. If we go to this year, right, guys, just go to like points and rebounds and go to head-to-head. Guys, he had 38 points and rebounds. Of course, he did play 46 minutes. It did go to overtime, but still, monster game here from Zubac. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 22 rebound chances. And guys, despite all that, man, he had this monster game with James Harden putting up 41 points and 14 rebounds and 11 assists. But like James Harden literally had 55 PR and Zubac still had room to comfortably clear this line. So yeah, guys, Dallas is a pretty brutal paint defense. And guys, I wouldn't be shocked too, right? Like this game happened pretty recently. I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas does, show Harden a little bit more attention, right? I mean, they lost the game and they lost because they didn't contain Harden. They're playing them like 2 weeks later. Yes, they typically are like a stay home on shooters, kind of like single coverage team, funnel stuff to the paint. But I wonder if they switch up a little bit their coverages on Harden just because of how monster of a game they had. And that's the reason why they lost, right? So I think that's definitely in the range of outcomes here as well. Last thing I want to say about Ivica Zubac, guys, Brook Lopez has fallen out of the rotation over the last couple of games. It looks like they're just done with Brook. But over the last 2 games, right? Lost by 17, had 5 fouls, played 37 minutes. Lost by 5, played 39 minutes. So his minutes are really, really trending up. I do expect this game to be pretty close. I know there's a 7.5 point spread here, but like I just truthfully do not envision the Clippers winning by margin. To be honest with you, I just don't know if they're that good to like beat anyone by margin. But yeah, look, Zubac, yeah, he's played really good minutes since Brook Lopez fell to the rotation. So, I'd probably have him for around 36 minutes in this game too. Okay, guys, for this next play, I'm not going to lie, this one did move a little bit, but I think a good pivot would be to go to under 6.5 rebounds and assists, especially at that plus money you're seeing over here. So look, here's the thing, guys. Brandon Williams did not start last game. Ryan Nembhard started. Ryan Nembhard, we don't have any lines up for him. I think he might be on a two-way. I could be wrong here. But Ryan Nembhard only played 24 minutes. But with that being said, he did play 8 first half minutes, and he had 3 first half fouls, right? So he had 3 fouls in 8 minutes. So, but in the second half, when Nembhard avoided foul trouble, Nembhard played 16 minutes, and he was a minus 13 too. So it's not like Brandon Williams is a +1. Ryan Nembhard did play individually good, but yeah. So kind of my thought process here is that Brandon Williams is just like the backup point guard now. I kind of think he's probably going to be around like 20 minutes or something like that. As you can see here on the year, he is at 17.5 PRA per 22.1 minutes. Like I said, I think that he's probably around 20 minutes. So, guys, what I would do if you're watching this right now, I'd go take some plus money on under 6.5 rebounds and assists. I think that Brandon Williams played pretty close to ceiling minutes, right? Because like his starting point guard, got into ridiculous foul trouble. So if you do like 16 to 24 minutes for Brandon Williams, just go to like all time, right? Stays under a pretty decent amount, only averaging 5.5 RA. And you're getting this at plus money. You're getting 12 out of 20 staying under. So yeah, even the PRA looks halfway decent, but yeah. Really like some Brandon Williams unders here. All right, guys, third and final prop. I'm going with Immanuel Quickley over 23.5 points and assists. So he's been a little bit quiet recently. I will say, like, this Pacers matchup isn't ideal for Quickley, right? They limit the 3-point line. It's more ideal for like a Scotty Barnes, Jakob Poeltl type of guy. But look, in 2 games without RJ Barrett and the Cavs too, guys. The Cavs are very good at defending above the break threes. They're very aggressive in the pick and roll. So those are the 2 games that they played without RJ Barrett. Only had, shot 5 for 14 in that Cavs game in a tough matchup, had 18 PA, shot 6 for 19 and 2 for 5 from the free throw line against the Pacers, right? So absolutely should have went over with like he was only 3 PA away. Like you give him like one more free throw and one more bucket, and that's still 7 for 19 and 3 for 5 from the stripe, and he's over. So but yeah, now he gets the Hornets, right? And another cool props madness thing. Obviously, pull-up shooters against the Hornets. They play drop coverage. Hornets allow the most pull-up points this year, and that's like where 34% of Quickley's points are coming from. Obviously, you look over here above the break stuff. Very, very easy to exploit. Pick and roll ball handler. All this stuff is looking good, man. And it's not exactly rocket science, right? Like I said, Diabate and Kalkbrenner both play pretty deep drop coverage. So pull up threes, middies, floaters, all that stuff that Quickley's pretty damn good at should be there. On top of that, guys, like I said, the 2 games that RJ Barrett have been a little bit underwhelming, but I'm going to quick do a couple more things to maybe sell you on this. So if you do like the on-off stuff, per 33 minutes, which is where I do have Quickley playing, he's averaging 15.8 field goal attempts, like I said, per 33 minutes, and also 7.3 assists with RJ off the court this year. He's shooting very poor in that sample. So if you do here, like I said, 15.8 field goal attempts per 33 minutes, right? I think that this is definitely a plus matchup for him to get more field goals due to all the stuff we talked about, right? So I kind of think I'm being a little bit conservative here, but I'm going to say like 14 to 17 field goal attempts is a good range for him. So if we go to Props Madness, right, do field goal attempts, 14 to 17. And obviously we're going to expand the sample size a little bit. It's not exactly great. Like I said, had a couple of poor shooting games up in here. But if we do with those field goal attempts, and then we do all time, we do with Toronto, and just go from here, right? Pretty damn good hit rate on this 23.5 PA. And like when you do all the numbers and stuff, like the per minute stuff with Barrett off the court, it's all looking pretty good too. So yeah, you get a 22 out of 34 hit rate, averaging 26.2 PA in that sample, and all that matchup stuff we talked about against the Hornets and their drop coverage, I think is also very promising. So I am going with Immanuel Quickley over 23.5 points and assists. Last thing I want to say, guys, is props madness. Like seriously, they keep on adding and expanding. They're working nonstop to like make this literally have every single thing, and obviously adding the pull up stuff, the less than 10 feet stuff, the catch and shoot stuff. It's just another cherry on top, man. I mean, this is a great product, and if you guys do want to go check it out, you can get 25% off your first purchase or month using code SB25. And seriously, highly recommend checking it out for anyone who is serious about looking into props on their own. All right, guys, that's going to do it. As always, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to drop a like, sub the channel on your way out, and comment down below if you want to be entered in for that giveaway. And of course, Twizzy, DM me on X. I'll catch you guys next time.